welcome back to Healthy Grocery Girl. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We are nearing the end of our second trimester. Time has flown by, so it's time for an update. If you're not yet subscribed to our channel, this is my little plug to remind you to click that red subscribe button. And also, if you would like to follow along our pregnancy journey for daily updates and just other wellness, recipe, tips, and inspiration, make sure you're following me on Instagram, which is at HealthyGroceryGirl. So one of the big highlights of our second trimester was our gender reveal, finding out the gender of our baby. And we did make a gender reveal video, so if you happen to miss that, I will link it below. But we are having a girl. We are so absolutely thrilled, and we just can't wait to meet her. There were a few days during this trimester where I had some really intense cramping, and I talked to my midwife about it. I thought perhaps it was Braxton Hicks contractions. However, what I know about Braxton Hicks is that it feels more like tightening of your stomach rather than cramping. And so I talked with my midwife, and we basically determined that it was round ligament pain, and essentially round ligament pain happens kind of near your hip bones, lower belly, and it happens because everything's growing and stretching, so you get pain in those areas. And we had some pretty intense, to put it lightly, fires in Southern California, which made the air incredibly dry. And I think the really dry atmosphere, it dehydrated me. And when you're dehydrated, that can make your muscles more crampy as well. So for me, I drank a ton of water and I rested. And luckily, those really intense days of lower belly cramping and round ligament pain went away. But I'm not sure if during your pregnancy if you experienced round ligament pain, but it is not enjoyable. One other thing that I did that my midwife recommended, and it does help, is I have a hot water bottle, very like old school looking. I can put a link below in the video description box to the one that I have. I just got it off of Amazon. But you can fill up that hot water bottle and you can put that kind of on your hip or the area that you're having pain, and just that warm compress can help relieve the pain as well. So one of my favorite things that we have done during our second trimester is we started working on the baby nursery, and it's just been so much fun. I know that our little girl is not going to care what her nursery looks like. She's likely going to just sleep in our room for many months in the beginning, but it has been so much fun. It's nesting, it's bonding, it's just all part of the fun process of being pregnant. And I'm still adding to the nursery, moving things around, figuring out where I want everything to go. I need to organize everything, but I will share with you a nursery reveal, a final look at our nursery, probably in like February, maybe early March, when everything's ready to share with you. So that is a video that will be coming up soon. So it's been really fun to be pregnant over the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year, because I love food and there's so much delicious food during the holidays. So it's been really fun to have the appetite to just really enjoy myself. I don't have much of a sweet tooth, just in general as a person. I like more salty, crunchy foods, savory foods. But I do like pie. We had some pumpkin pie and some coconut milk ice cream, both on Thanksgiving and Christmas, and just all the other yummy foods of the holiday season. And the holidays just felt really extra special this year, knowing that we were having a baby, and both Aaron and my mom came to visit us over Christmas, and that was really special. And we also decided that our baby girl loves Christmas because she was kicking so much during our Christmas Eve service at church when the music was playing. I think she just loved it. And she also was kicking a lot on Christmas Day. And then the next day she didn't kick as much, so maybe she's a little tired. So we think she just loves the holidays as well. And it was just a really fun season to be pregnant. We also started taking birth classes during this trimester. We decided to take a 10-week Bradley Method birth class, which essentially equips Aaron, my husband, to be my birth coach and my birth partner. And it's a long course, but it's very educational. And so far, we have learned a lot of really good, valuable information, just learning more about relaxation techniques during birth, how the body works, and we're not through all of the classes yet, so there's still a lot more to learn, but it's been really good for me and really good for Aaron. I am someone who becomes fearful and anxious when I do not understand something, because if I don't understand something, I have a tendency to make things up in my mind that it's gonna be maybe more dramatic than it really will be. But when I understand something, it gives me so much more peace and confidence. And so being really educated about how my body is going to work during the birthing process, that our bodies are designed to give birth naturally, and that, you know, my body can do this and it will do this, and just understanding the whole process is giving me so much more confidence, which is really helping to ease my anxiety about birth. Of course, I have a natural level of nervousness about the process, especially since I'm a first-time mama, but I do really love the birth classes that we're taking and think that they're really helpful. So we decided to hire a doula. We weren't sure if we were going to, because Aaron is going to be my birth coach, and he's reading a really great book called The Birth Partner, and we thought that that would be enough, that we didn't need an extra person in the room. However, started researching it more and talking to people, and we decided, why don't we just interview some doulas, talk with some, see how it's gonna go, because the more we thought about it, we decided that actually it could be really nice to have that extra expertise during the process. And a doula is different than a midwife. So your doula basically is there more for your kind of emotional needs, helping with pain management. A midwife is really more for the medical side. But we met with the doula and we absolutely loved her, and we think it was just, she's such a good fit. So we hired her, and we're really looking forward to having her be a part of our baby team, our birth team. For us, since we are giving birth at a birth center, how it works at our center is there's multiple midwives, because you don't know who's going to be on call when you actually go into labor. But when we go into labor, our team will consist of me, obviously, and my husband Aaron, who will be my birth coach and birth partner, our doula, our midwife, and then there's always a nurse practitioner as well, that's part of the team with your midwife at the birth center. Also, I talked about hiring a doula on Instagram, and so many of you sent me DMs telling me how amazing it was that they hired a doula, that they highly recommended, and all the different reasons specifically of why they were so happy that they hired a doula. Things that I didn't even really think of, but now that I know make so much sense, such as a doula is really good to have in case your husband wants to step away to go to the bathroom, or to update family on what's going on, or just to take a break and get rest for like 5 minutes so he can come back and be a better, stronger birth coach. Just to have another person there for you that's there for your emotional needs, and there to comfort you as well. So all in all, we're just very excited and happy that we decided to hire a doula. So next, let's chat about exercise. My exercise routine has been pretty much the same throughout my pregnancy. I have added a few new things in as we've progressed along, but essentially I try to walk at least 30 minutes every day. Sometimes we go to the gym and I walk on the treadmill. Sometimes we go outside and walk. If I'm feeling really good and energetic that day, I'll try to push myself to go a little bit longer. If we walk outside, I actually don't know sometimes how long we walk for. It could easily be 45 minutes or an hour sometimes, because you're not paying attention to the time as much as if you are, when you're on the treadmill. But I at least try to get 30 minutes of walking in each day. And I also go to a prenatal yoga class at least once a week. Some weeks I miss it because, there was the holidays and things like that, work. Sometimes it doesn't always work out, but I try to get to my prenatal yoga class at least once a week, which I love because it is so relaxing. I learn really good poses that I can then do at home, which I try to do yoga at home throughout the week as well. Even just 5 to 10 minutes every day of just some different stretches. For example, doing what's called pelvic rocks, which is essentially like a cat-cow pose. If you know yoga, how you get on your hands and knees and you kind of rock like this, but it's kind of rocking the pelvis. I do that every day. I've also started doing squats every day. Our Bradley Method birth class teacher recommended adding in squats because squatting is a really great position to be in for giving birth. Apparently, when you squat, it opens up your pelvic floor another 10 to 15%, which the more room there is for the baby to come down, the better. And when you're squatting, you're also working with gravity to help the baby descend. And so you may sit in a squatted position for a long time during birth. And so the stronger your legs are, the better. So I've been doing squats every day. I have some notes here so I don't forget. What else have I been doing? Oh, Kegel exercises. Many of you are probably familiar with Kegel exercises, and I did post this funny picture on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, you should, where Aaron put a little sticker in our bathroom to remind me to do my Kegel exercises because he's my birth coach, so he, coaches me along things I need to remember to do. But yeah, it was funny. He just put a little sticker in our bathroom to remind me to do my Kegels while I brush my teeth. And it's actually a really good reminder because that's when I find myself doing them throughout the day. But I have my notes here. I'm just seeing if I forgot anything. That's pretty much it for exercise. Walking, yoga. I do some yoga type things like pelvic rocks. I try to just get on my hands and knees and just kind of let my belly hang every day, usually right before I go to bed. It feels so good to just let your belly hang so you get the pressure off of your back. And my squats, my Kegel exercises, and that's about it. Now let's talk about food, the best part of this video, I would say. So this trimester, my main focus has been to stay hydrated, to drink a lot of water, which I would say is pretty easy to do because I find myself wanting to drink a lot of water, and I like drinking water, but it's kind of one of those things where out of sight, out of mind. So I always have a water glass with me, a water bottle with me to help me stay hydrated. I've also been trying to consume a good amount of protein. I've been craving protein anyways this pregnancy, so I want high protein foods. Both my midwife and our Bradley Method birth class teacher have told us that consuming about 75 to 100 grams of protein per day during pregnancy is really helpful to help prevent preeclampsia, which is essentially high blood pressure during pregnancy. And of course, how much protein everyone needs, it really varies based off of your height, your weight, your activity level, other factors, but it is really important to get protein during pregnancy for your growing baby, but also for mama. So I've been eating a lot of more protein-rich foods. I wrote down a list of some foods that I've been loving to share with you. So some of my favorite foods this trimester have been lentil pasta, like bean-based pastas, because they can have up to 25 grams of protein per serving, with a tomato sauce. We do that a lot for dinner. I also love peanut butter or cashew butter just straight out of the jar, or I'll spread it on toast or with apples. Chili or lentil soups. I love soups. If you follow me on Instagram, I talk about soups all the time. They're so easy and the leftovers are just fantastic. So lots of chili, lots of soups. I've also been loving citrus. So I have a grapefruit or an orange, sometimes a grapefruit and an orange every single day. And vitamin C is important during pregnancy for your immunity, but it's also important for the amniotic sac. It's important for collagen production to help grow a strong amniotic sac that your baby grows in. I love crackers and chips and potato chips anytime, pregnant or not, but I've especially been enjoying them when pregnant. And I've also been loving vegan Caesar salads. I think a lot of you can relate to this if you are pregnant or you have been, but vegetables sometimes just don't agree with me as much. I still eat vegetables, but I have to find creative ways to make them delicious. So we make a vegan Caesar salad dressing, and I'll put a link below to that in the video description box, but that's been really good. I also wrote here as a note that we've been making these breakfast power cookies, which I have shared the recipe with you in a recipe video on our YouTube channel already. I'll link that below as well for you. And we basically calculated that each cookie has about 4.6 grams of protein. And I always eat at least 2 to 3 cookies. So I'd say on average, I'm getting at least 10 grams of protein when I eat those cookies. They're so delicious and they have lots of protein in them, and I absolutely love them. So they're a really great snack or dessert. And then my other little note here, I just said, I haven't really had much of a sweet tooth this pregnancy, but when I do, it's usually like coconut milk ice cream or a little bit of dark chocolate, or I like to make trail mix with nuts and seeds to get more protein, and I'll add some dried fruit or some dark chocolate chips into my trail mix. But that's been about it. I've definitely seen my appetite increase during the second trimester, and food is delicious, so it's been enjoyable to eat more of it. So this trimester, I had my very first prenatal massage, and it was absolutely amazing. To be honest, I was a little bit nervous about it just because I haven't had anyone massage me while pregnant, and so I just, was nervous, wanted to make sure that everything was going to be okay. I am someone who just gets easily nervous about everything, but it was so nice. It was so relaxing. So I ended up buying a little package of massages, so I'm really excited to get a few more prenatal massages as we move into our 3rd trimester, and they feel like such a luxury, a massage, but at the same time, it's so good for the body, because I have noticed that my lower back and my hips definitely have been hurting more. Not a lot of pain, like they don't bother me right now, but when I wake up in the morning, because I sleep on my side, so it's just so much pressure on your back and on your side, just pressure on your back because you have a growing belly, and then pressure on your side from sleeping on your side. Your body just has aches and pains when you're pregnant. So treating yourself to prenatal massage is heavenly. I loved it, and I highly recommend it. So, look who it is. It's Aaron.
Hey guys.
And I thought it'd be really fun for our dad to give you guys an update on how the 2nd trimester has gone for him. So, take it away, Aaron.
Awesome. I would say the 2nd trimester for me has been quite nice. It's been great. Megan's felt better and had less nausea, which is good, because in the 1st trimester, every time she was nauseous, I worried about her quite a bit. So that was great, getting beyond that.
It's very nice of you to worry about me.
Well, I do. And another benefit of the 2nd trimester is Megan has been hungrier. So because we always eat together, since we're together all the time. So we've been eating and snacking a lot more often, but she tends to fill up faster, so I always get to finish her plate. So I have been probably packing on the pounds as much as she has.
I don't think you've gained any weight.
Maybe. We'll see. Maybe we should do some baby bumps for me.
Yeah.
Probably not. You don't want to see that. And what else? So I would say probably the only negative about the 2nd trimester has been that it's been more difficult for her to sleep.
Oh yeah, I didn't mention that, but that's a good point.
Yeah, she's been more uncomfortable, and so the more she tosses and turns at night, that sometimes wakes me up, so then we both lose sleep, which is, kind of not really a big deal, because I just think of it as training for being a father and a parent, and all the lack of sleep that we are going to have to deal with. So I would say that overall the 2nd trimester has been quite nice for me.
I'm glad it has been good
Yes.
for you.
That's what's important.
And it's been good for me too, overall.
Yes.
It's been a good trimester.
I didn't want to speak for you. So.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
It's very kind of you. No, it's been a great trimester for all 3 of us. And I'm very grateful for you've been so nice and caring, and you've taken really good care of me. And your hands hurt sometimes from all the massaging.
Yes.
But he always does still, even though it probably gets really old. If I ask for a massage, you always say yes, which is very nice of you.
I always do.
Yes. So Aaron's been great. We're all great. Thank you for sharing with everyone how trimester number 2 has gone for you.
Perfect.
So the last update to share with you is that I've started to think about maternity leave, because we have really just 3 more months until the baby comes. And we work for ourselves, which is definitely wonderful. There's a lot of perks for working for yourself, but because we work for ourselves as well, our income is based on working with clients. And so if we take too long of a maternity leave, if we work with less clients, that means that we make less of an income. And so for me, I really want to be able to take time when our baby girl arrives to be a mama. And of course, I'll be her mama for the rest of her life, but I don't want to feel like I have to rush back into work. And I know that we won't be able to completely check out and do 0% work during our maternity leave, but my goal is to not film for a couple of months. And we can still edit videos and work on blog posts, and I can keep up with emails here and there, but I definitely want to slow down, and I definitely want to be able to pre-film a lot of content so that I still have, content to share with you, recipes that I've wanted to share with you, and things like that. So basically I've started putting together a big master schedule of all the videos that I want to shoot ahead of time, so that once our baby comes, we can still post 1 video a week. And then of course, we will film more kind of up-to-date videos. We want you to meet our baby and just share with you how it's going when she arrives, and we'll film those later on during, the time that's actually going on. But I have started to think about maternity leave. And so something I want to chat about, and I would love your guys' input, I would love to know if you can relate to this, is that, so I'm an entrepreneur, I run a business. For 7 years running Healthy Grocery Girl, it has all been about hustle. It started out as a company that was just me, and then it became me and my husband, both full-time. So our business, Healthy Grocery Girl, is the only income, the sole income for our family. And then we also have one other team member, and we pay her as well. So, she relies on income from Healthy Grocery Girl. And so to have, 3 team members who rely on the business for income requires a lot of hustle. And so I've always just been very, very driven. And so it's very foreign to me to think about slowing down. But I really want to, and I just have this, you kind of have a change of heart, because, my priorities are just changing. I'm having a baby, and that will be my number one priority, but I also can't abandon my business, so it's just a shift of priorities, but I can't articulate it exactly, but I'm kind of, I guess, struggling is the best word to say, with just my emotions and how to manage this new season of life. And she's not even here yet, but I want to be prepared as much as possible so that I can, slow down and take a little time off. And I know once she's here, it'll just take time for us to figure out a new rhythm of, having our baby, and running our business and all of that. So I'm not sure if that makes sense, but I have started to think about maternity leave because it's going to be here before I know it, and we're preparing for it. We still will post 1 video a week. We may miss a video, we may miss a week here or there, especially during the week that she arrives, but we do plan to still post content and share with you updates and things like that. But basically, to summarize all of this, I would just love to hear your thoughts, especially from women who maybe run your own business, or you're working, and how you transitioned and handled maternity leave and going back to work and balancing all of that with having a baby. So basically that's all I have to say about maternity leave. I think I've said more than I probably need to. I'm rambling at this point, but I'll just wrap it up. We continue to just be so grateful that we are pregnant. Many of you know that it took us a couple years to get pregnant, so we are just so grateful for this baby and grateful for this pregnancy. And I'm also just so grateful for my husband, Aaron. He's been such an amazing partner, so caring, so patient, takes such good care of me, gets me food, rubs my back, rubs my feet, lets me cry. He's just an amazing husband, and I know he's gonna be an incredible father. I feel so lucky that my daughter is gonna have a dad like Aaron, and now I feel like I'm gonna cry. So I'm gonna end this video with that so that I don't start bawling in front of you. But that is our 2nd trimester update. It's gone really well. We're so grateful for this baby. Moving into the 3rd trimester. Thank you guys so much for all of your love and support, for subscribing to our channel and following us on Instagram. We love you. We hope you're having a great day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.